exit, and there was a gas station there. So we pulled over there, and we're like, okay. It was the middle of the summer. It was really hot. Well, what are we going to do now? I mean, we're at a gas station, but there's no repair shop. There's no nothing. So Sean calls up this tire shop that I think the guy in the gas station said there's a tire shop somewhere over here. And it was kind of a smaller town in Colorado. And the guy said, well, I'm just booked. I'm busy. And he says, well, he told him our story. We're, on our way to Denver, and our tire blew out, and our spare is flat, and we're not sure what to do. And he says, well, just a minute. So then he gets back on. He says, I'll come and get you.
Oh.
So the guy from the tire place comes and picks up Sean, takes him back to the tire place, gets a tire, and makes sure that we have a spare. I think they found like an old tire or something just to throw in for our spare, and then drove him back to the car again and helped him change and put the tire on,
Aww.
even though he was full.
Completely busy. And that had to take some time.
Well, and to do all that, and then he wouldn't take any pay for it, for the service of picking us up and all that. Yeah. Which is so unusual.
I'm surprised by that, because it sounds like, at first he's like, I can't come and do this because I'm too busy.
Yeah.
Then he does it, and he doesn't even charge, for the tires
either. It could
either?
be that whether it was the same guy we talked to on he charged for the tires.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
he charged for the tire that we got. But he didn't charge for his time.
Right.
And maybe he had somebody else come and get us. Maybe it wasn't the same guy we talked to on the phone. I don't know. Or it was, and he got somebody to kind of take over his job. I don't know. But either way, he went out of his way to help us. And that too is like what we have done. Just sat there. I mean, and I don't think that we had, I'm not sure if we had towing insurance at that time or not. We were going down we had to meet somebody at a specific time, and we had to, there's all that stuff that you plan that when, a wrench gets thrown into that, it makes it really tough. So that was very nice.
It doesn't matter when somebody comes and helps you, though.
Yeah.
Because now that's the story. The story isn't what you needed to be at.
Right.
The story is the kindness of this person that came to rescue you.
Right. And I'm just thankful we didn't have to stay the night there or, something like that. So we were still late to where we needed to be, but it worked out okay. It was all good. And then another one I was thinking is just recently, this last summer we were on our way. We call it the Bermuda Triangle in Wyoming because it is 3 times.
I've lived there.
3 cars.
I know.
We have had a breakdown in this certain area of Wyoming in the middle of stinking nowhere.
Do you remember?
By Green River, Rock Springs.
Yep. Rock Springs is
Rock Springs is like, I don't know.
And Green River is beautiful, like if you ever go there. And Rock Springs is like I'm not going to say anything because if there's people from Rock Springs listening to me, but I wouldn't want to live in Rock Springs.
I don't know why.
But that area, I'm telling you.
It's like the first time that we drove here for an interview in our little Jeep at the time, our drivetrain went out in Rock Springs. And this was right before Thanksgiving. They were all full and couldn't. Finally, the guy said, okay, let's put it up. And because I just wouldn't give up. I'm just like, we have nothing else to do. This is our only car. And so sweet talked him or whatever. The next time we went through, I'm just going to say this because it's all part of that, all the breakdowns. But the next time we went through that area last January, we got in a terrible accident.
Yeah, going through the tunnel.
Yeah, we went
call
through
it
the
ice tunnel
in Green River.
Yep.
And slammed against the sides of the wall, and there was a semi sliding behind us because the whole thing was ice. Everybody coming through that tunnel after us was also sliding. It was scary. It was terrible, and it was in January. It was so cold. And we ended up having to stay in a hotel that time and had to have somebody tow us. And it was horrible.
And that was a brand new Jeep.
Yep. And that was a brand new Jeep. Thank God we were in the big Jeep, though, because I think if we were in anything smaller, I don't think we would have made it through that tunnel. I don't think we would have.
Yeah, that
was really
tunnel
scary.
is supposed to be, they usually heat it.
Yep.
And when the heat doesn't go out, when you're talking about that, that's where a majority of accidents happen through that tunnel. And that highway, that I-80, there's so many semi-wrecks. And they don't slow down during the wintertime.
No.
So you're right, it is like a big Bermuda Triangle there.
It was terrible. And then this last summer, we went through again, and we just happened to pull into this truck stop to go to the restroom, and the car wouldn't start. It wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, you turn it on, and I was like, what's going on here? Nothing's happening. And Sean and I know nothing about cars, so we just put the hood up, and I'm just praying, God, please send us an angel, because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know anything. And we're just like, oh, great. And we had my daughter, Lydia, with us in the car also. And this guy comes out of the little convenience store area, and he stops right at the doors. Kind of a big guy, beard, got long hair, and he looks our way, and he must be trying to make a decision.
Yeah. Do I help him or do I not?
Then he walks towards us, and he's like, hey, what's going on? And we're like, we don't know. We don't know anything about cars. And he gets into our engine and figures out we have this belt that's shredded. And he said, good thing that you stopped now, because this could have wrecked your whole engine if that belt would have gone through your engine. And so he helped get the shreds out and all that kind of stuff. Walked Sean over to a mechanic. So there was a convenience store, and next to that was a big mechanic shop.
Well, that's a blessing.
In that area, they probably are really busy.
Probably happens a lot.
And a lot of truckers are there.
Yes.
So I think they work on a lot of trucks too. So he took Sean over there and told the mechanic exactly what they needed to do, and got a price quote, and then told us we need to let the car cool off for about an hour, then just carefully drive it just right over to that garage, and then they were going to have everything taken care of. And they knew the guy, and the guy said, I wasn't even going to come here today. And he said, I even debated helping you, but I knew that I had to help you. And we were just...
Wow, he was there on purpose.
Yeah.
And didn't even know it.
Yep. And we were able to get out of there without hardly any problem. Again, avoiding a huge disaster in the middle of nowhere. And that belt could have gone out in the middle of, Wyoming, right there where there's nothing. But
and
instead...
ruined your car.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And the drivetrain, and the first time when we took it to the mechanic, he said, I've never seen a drivetrain go out and not totally wreck a car. This is the least damage I've ever seen when a drivetrain goes out.
That's great.
So we've just, I'm just so grateful. That was our little golden Jeep Liberty. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the blue Jeep Liberty is the other one. But every time we go through that area, like, just after Christmas, we came through again in January. We get to that tunnel. I'm like, okay, this is therapy. This is therapy.
Go slow.
Get back on the horse. Okay,
I think the real story is you got to stop driving Jeeps through there. Those seem to be the things that break down at the Bermuda Triangle.
It's just terrible. Yeah. All right, where's our wine bottle? Oh, I put it over there.
Damn it.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
That is a Costco brand or something, isn't it?
Well, it is because you can buy it at Costco, but it is still a Rioja.
Rioja. It's spelled Rioja. So
Rioja.
Rioja?
Yes.
Rioja.
It is. This is a Kirkland signature Rioja. Reserva is an elegant wine made from 100% Tempranillo grapes grown in the region of Rioja. It's Rioja.
Oh, it's a region. Okay.
Yes. And I'm sorry, it is Rioja.
Okay.
Aged 36 months in American and French oak barrels prior to release. This ruby-colored wine has intense spicy aromas with a hint
spicy.
Of licorice.
Yeah. Licorice.
Oh, vanilla flavors on the palate. Leaves a pleasant, lingering, well-balanced finish. And it is a product of Spain.
I kind of like, actually, Dori, reading the label because it makes you think about what you're tasting.
Yeah,
So when you read that, okay, I can taste the vanilla, and I can actually taste the licorice, which I never really paid attention to before until you said that.
Yeah, and
it's interesting.
And maybe because we've had this bottle open for a little while. Like we opened it when I first got here about an hour and a half ago.
It does change.
And we opened it, we poured it, and we sipped it, and was like, yeah, okay. And then we had a little bit with dinner. But now
it's
that
really
it's sat here, it's
much better. Yeah. And those notes are really the vanilla and the licorice and the spiciness.
Yeah.
I can really taste. This is a good one. You got it at Costco?
You can get these at Costco, and I think they're about $9 at Costco.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good wine.
Yeah, and even though it says it's a product of Spain, it was imported into Napa, so it comes from Napa.
Oh, okay.
And yet it is still a product of Spain. But
okay.
Yeah, it's a good steak. You guys had the steak, and you said it was really good.
It was.
It is
very
a deep
good with
red,
steak. But I could drink this without steak too. It's not so powerful that you have to drink it or eat it. What am I saying? You have to drink it with something that you eat.
Yeah, it's not too heavy.
Cheers, my friend. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
See you next. See you next time.
See you next time.
I think I had too much. No.
See you next time.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. So those are a couple really cool things that happened where people went out of their way to help us.
I love kindness stories.
Made our life just so much better, especially since we're so ignorant.
Yeah, we can become oblivious to what's going on around us, and we can just have blinders on and doing our same thing, different day, and not even notice, a person smiling at you.
Yeah,
and that's kindness. That's just giving a smile.
Yep,
that's not hard at all.
Yep. Or somebody seeing you down, put their arm around you, or are you okay? I mean, that makes a big difference.
Well, when I was going through my the cancers, I had so many people that they wanted, what can I do, and oh, we're so sorry, and how can I help you and stuff. And the truth is, nobody can really do anything when you're in that state.
Right.
It's all about the healing and stuff, right? Yeah. And so I posted on there that I wasn't going to be wearing a wig. So if somebody really loved me and knew who I was and knew, even if they didn't, but, there's a lot of people that I know that knew me really well and said, send me something that you think is reminds you of me. So I got a plethora of scarves and hats.
A box almost every day.
Almost every day from around the world of people. I mean, all the way from India, and places like that, Spain, and, all over the United States of people that
Those are the people that love you everywhere.
Well, and it was so great because I got some really outrageous things. Like my one friend from Wyoming brought me this big beaver hat, and it's just super elegant, you'd think of somebody with their big fur coat and stuff wearing. And then I had a one friend that she was one of my tour directors in Holland, America. She wore hats all the time, and she had this really beautiful hat that she said it was a purple hat, and she's like, I think you need to wear this, and it was her favorite hat, and she gave it to me. I had that many times, people that would also give me things that were their favorites.
That's just awesome.
Yeah, so that was just so great. And then I had friends that would come from out of state to visit. Like I had people from New York, California, Wyoming, all over the place coming to visit. And when I was at my not at my best, and
I remember
that was, it was really hard almost to accept kindness. That's the other thing. When people do an act of kindness, sometimes we need to settle back and allow that to happen. We need to take our blinders off and see and allow people to do that. That's how the world generates, and how
we need to receive, and when we give, we want people to receive.
So
we need to learn how to receive, so that those who are giving to you, it can be a blessing for them and a blessing for you. And I remember too when Mark was so sick that people would bring us food, and I had friends. I mean, it was an amazing group of people that just gathered around us and just did so many wonderful things for us. And even after he died, that they just still carried me, and it chokes me up to think about it. And even those same friends, when we were going through such a hard time, when we weren't getting paid anything, they would get a box of food, and everybody gather and put something in there and give it to us. And it helped us make it through that really rough time.
That is so great.
And those people, I mean, if any of you are listening, it's funny how it still affects me.
After how many years?
He's been gone over 10 years.
Yeah, and it will forever, because that kindness hits you in the heart. Yeah. It's not, you're not crying tears of sadness.
No, I just overwhelmed by people's love. And if you are one of those people, I am forever grateful if you're listening.
Well, sometimes, Lori, the hardest thing is to accept kindness without strings attached. Because I know or without feeling like you have to give back. And